Okay. Hey everybody, I'm back. Um, I am getting ready to resume working on the Revit files for the proportional structures closet collection. This is the last one that I did. It's nice and ready to go. And I am ready to get started on another one. So today we are going to prepare les modistes for laser cutting. So this is les modistes. It's already in Revit. I have it drafted in Revit, but now I have to redraft it in Rhino, which is cool. Um, because of how the connections work together. So let me see if I can get this to where you can see how, oh no, let's do this. Shade it. Okay, here we go. Now you can see how the parts will fit into each other. And we just need to keep working on making sure that all the shelves fit in. So that's my little workspace from last time. And now we're on to the next one. Le Modiste, here we come. I love that name. I like this unit. This just, I don't know, it just does something to me. So, okay, I am going to start with, I guess these side panels over here would be probably the easiest thing to start with. Um, and they're about 5 and 3/8 inches. The first one from the ground. So the first thing we have to do in Revit is make a shelf. Um, okay. So, sorry, my computer is kind of lagging. Running both Rhino and Revit and streaming apps all at the same time. It's a little rough on the computer, but we got it. So I'm going to start with just drawing a line. I'm going to run it. Oh, no. Let's try that again. I guess I could go from the front of it. It doesn't matter. And we're going to run that up. It doesn't seem like it snapped to the right place. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? This is good. This is actually just the tolerance. So I built this with a 0.005 inch tolerance. So that's kind of what you're seeing right there to make sure that the floor piece fits in. So, but it's snapping to that, and I don't want it to snap to that. So let's try this again. There we go. And we are going up 5-3/8 of an inch, right? Yes. Okay, enter. Rhino is kind of weird. Yeah, that line is not straight. I'm not sure what's going on right there. So we're just going to try this again. 5-3/8 inches. Right? Right. Okay, there it is. All right. Center my screen so I can see what I'm doing. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and track that across to there. And okay, I have too many. Let's see, what can I surfaces, poly surfaces, sub Ds. Let's turn off sub Ds. Let's turn off poly surfaces, I guess. Annotations. There are a lot of old snaps. What happened to just, I don't even think this is, I think I'm in a different, this is not my, that's not my old snaps. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, if you hit shift, then it can only snap in certain degrees. It can't just snap like any old way. So we're just gonna go over here, making sure we got a 90-degree angle. Yeah, it's just disrespecting my last little line about where it can and can't snap to. End. Okay. So y'all know I'm gonna have to double check that because that was weird. Oh man, I just deleted the whole line. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go from here, right? And we're gonna go up, straight up, and hit shift. That's not working. Okay, okay. 5 3/8 of an inch. Okay, I believe that that's this point right here. Now let's do this. Yeah, it's 5 3/8 of an inch. Perfect. Now, snap across the here. Not even sure what all it's catching. Okay, you have to hit enter so that it doesn't delete your line. I believe that that is a straight line, but let's just double check by measuring it. And it is 5 3/8 inch. Okay, so we have that line. We can go ahead and draft that shelf. Our material for this unit, of course, whatever size material you want, you can choose. I personally like the 1/4 inch wood materials or MDF board, whatever, just as long as it's a 1/4 inch. But for this design, for this particular one, we are working with 1/8 inch materials. So I'm gonna make this box. Hmm. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the little side panel in first. Now, what is this? That's a mold that I used over here. I think that's a little bit thicker. All right, so then let's see how the distance, how wide this column right here is. 4 inches. Okay. And then the rest. Okay, so let's just do 4 inches from here. So let's draw another polyline. Let's go right there. I'm just gonna draw the line and then delete it. It's so much easier. 4 inches. Okay, that is 4 inches. Okay, and then I want to go up. Let's shift. Okay, it does work. And I'm going up. How far did we say we were going up? 5 3/8. 5-3/8 inch into See, it's so funny acting. Let's see, where are you? You have to be around here somewhere. Okay, let's just do this. We'll guide to that. Now it should snap to. Okay, okay, it's 5 and 3/8. Okay, let's enter that. I'm not even sure why that did that, but it's fine. All right, now we can draw this, and let's go up 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now I can erase all these lines. I don't know if anybody out there uses Rhino, but if you do, I would love to know if you keep your curve lines, your initial model curve lines. And that line I thought I drew, I guess I did not because I don't see it. This, yeah, we could select this and we could delete that. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So what makes it easier now is that we could just copy it. Okay, so we have 5 and 3/8, 2 and 7/8, 3 and 3/8, and 2 and 3/8. These are all different sizes. I like symmetry and I like equal spacing, but you may have things that are different sizes, so the equal spacing might actually work against you. You might be able to have more variety in what you place in these shelves um, based on the distance. I don't know. What do you think? I like symmetry. So I think what I will do, I do want I do want some variety. So I'm actually gonna change this. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna change this. I'm actually gonna bring this and this to the same level. So this is 5 and 7/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna raise that up to this level, and then I'm just gonna array these so they're equidistant apart. That's the beauty of being the designer. You could just change it up, right? You're like, I don't like that. I think it would be better for the shelving to be equidistant. So now here we go again with another model line because Rhino is real funny about this kind of stuff right now. Like as far as um like you can't just like, oh yeah, I can. Okay, I'm good. I can do that. So I just need to go up 1/2 inch. So let's see. Let's click this and let's click 1/2 inch and let's see if it cooperates. It did. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to take this piece. That was another thing with this closet too to consider is longer garments. But I do have a shelf on top of that. So I think I'm still going to go with the equidistant thing. So now let me measure how much space I have so we can make sure we do it right. Okay, so we have 8 1/4 inches, right? Okay, and we are going to put in 2 more shelves, right? So we want them all to have the same amount of spacing. So here we go with math again. 8 1/4, 32, 33 over 4, um, divided by 3, so then it's multiplied by 1/3. Okay, these cancel each other out. Well, not quite, but they reduce for sure. So then that gives us 11/4, which is 2 3/4. All right, 2 3/4 inches. Let's see. Now, okay, so here's a design thing, right? If I change that, then all of those become 2 3/4 inches. And they are all smaller than what I already have. I already have 2 7/8 of an inch, 3 3/8 of an inch, 2 3/8 of an inch. So here I am changing my mind again and going back to what I had before, because that 3 3/8 of an inch will allow you to store things that are bigger. You might have like a bigger purse or a bigger hat or just something that's bigger that you can use that particular storage for that you can't with the other two. So I still like things to be the same. So over here we got 5 7/8, 5 7/8, and then 2 3/8. So instead of I will just make these two boxes right here. No, this box and this box will be the same. So let me figure that out. Okay, that's easy. So 2 3/8 of an inch. Let's do this. Let's use our polyline. Let's draw that and then go down 2-3/8 of an inch. I wanted to go to church tonight, but I did not. Um, oh, it's snapped to the right one. Good. All right, I'm just gonna just enter it. That's fine. But I'm listening to the service right now. They are playing a good song. It's such a true song. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I'm not going to preach to y'all tonight. We're just going to focus on this work. Okay. And now, what I'm going to do, that doesn't look like it snapped to the bottom of this line. Let's see. See this line? It's really hard to see, but it looks like it ends right here. Right here. So this needs to move up a little bit more. It should say end right there. Okay, good. Curve. All right. And what we'll do here, we'll draw this line from here to here. Okay. And we will copy it. I want to hit this little midpoint. Yep. and then hit the midpoint on this line. And now it is exactly no, that's not what I was trying to do. That's not right. That's not what I was trying to do. Let's delete that. I wanted this to be 2 3/8 inches. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna tap that there, and then go to. Oh, you know what? What we can do, what will make it even easier, we can make that line right here. Okay. Okay, let's check our distances. Three and a quarter of an inch. 3 3/8 of an inch. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think that we changed it a little bit, but that's totally fine because it's still at least 3 inches. You can fit a lot in 3 inches. That's still a good space for Barbie-sized elements and 1/6 scale elements. So okay, so now that we got those shelves in, the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this wall right here in. Now, also, let me see. Let's try this one. Oh, we don't want this wall because it's already embedded with the shoe rack, and that's not what we're doing. But I do want to see because I didn't go all the way to the end. So let me we went 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, cool. Let's do the same thing here. Pop a low. Oh no, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's this. Thank you, Abba. Thank you. All right. You guys are gonna get to know me on this stream. Like I'm a worshiper to my core. And I'm listening to the service right now. And my soul is a little bit stirred. Okay, but let's see. Now, hmm, quarter of an inch. Let's do, let's do, let's do, let's do, let's do, let's do, let's do. We're gonna use 1/8. Okay, we know the dimensions, so we're gonna go with so my X value is going to be 1/8 of an inch. We'll do, yeah, let's just do 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so enter by, we're doing 1/8 of an inch by, what's the other one? What do we say? 3 3/4 of an inch? Okay, okay. So this is inside, because it looks like, no, it's not inside. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing at Papa Love, you guys. Okay, so I go to Revelation Church. My pastor is always messing with his little sister. I am so glad I am not his little sister. Mm, okay, and then let's just move this real quick and then we'll fix the dimension and we'll fix its position because it's not right yet. I'm just trying to sketch it right now. Okay, and then we're going to scale it. Okay, it's actually going to go a little bit. Okay, we are going to make this more detailed. Like there's much, we're just kind of just sketching for right now. Um, let's do it like this. Gonna move it. We're gonna move it from this point. No, let's move it from this point first. Nah. Okay, let's move it from there. Let's move it to here. Okay. Okay. And now I got that there, right? It's, okay. Now I want to move it again. Move. Uh-huh. And let's go from the center. I need its center. Let's do it from up here. It might be easier to do it from up here. So go from here. We want that midpoint and we want this midpoint. Okay, let's just do this. And that's not right. Look at that. You see? But it's all right. It's going to be right in just a minute. Okay. That's what do we say we're gonna do? Let's just do a polyline. Move. As a matter of fact, let's just drag it. Okay. Enter. Oh, where did my line go? You know what? Undo. Just undo. Undo it. Undo the polyline. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting that's not exactly lined up. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to move this and it be right. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. But if I do that now, then it's going to move it back and it's not going to be right. So I can't do what I'm thinking right now. Okay, let's do this. Let's do our regular. And we're going over here. Again, this was something 4 inches, right? Yeah, 4 inches. 4 inches. Okay. It went where it was supposed to go. Okay. Now move. And now let's drag this over. You know what? We are going to keep this clearance 4 inches. So we are. Then why is this so big? This is supposed to be 4 inches. That's supposed to be the same. Let's see what's going on. Because something is just off. This is 4 inches. This curve. And okay. Now I'm going to have to fix those. Yeah, that's what we're going to need to do. I'm going to draw this line to make it easier. Let's draw this line. This just doesn't go all the way either. And these have to be pushed back in too, because you see how it's overlapping? That has to be pushed back. But one thing at a time. Go there, come down here, get that. Okay. Enter. All right. We want to scale these back so that because all of this has to fit together. It's going to fit together like a puzzle. So let me scale this back from here to here. And if this is 3 3/4, then let's make this 3.5, or let's do 3 point. Yeah, let's do 3.25. What you think? Too much space? I think so. Let's see. I think 3.5 should be sufficient. of an inch. I think a quarter of an inch would be good. So let's do this. Let's scale this. Wait. And I did scale all of them at the same time, right? Yes, I did. So let's make sure we get all three of them again. We're gonna scale it again. And this time we're gonna make it 3.5 inches. I think 3.5 is perfect. Okay, great. Now we're gonna scale those same three again because they have to embed. We're gonna scale these probably another at least 2 times, 3 times, because they have to embed in these, so in the walls. So let's go scale. Nope. Scale. That's the wrong scale. I need scale 1D. So let's just hit escape. Okay, scale 1D. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna go from here to here. One. I snapped it to that line, so it should be straight. Let's do this. Let's go in. Well, the right side view isn't gonna do me any good. Let's do front view. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Now, why do I have? Okay. That's what it needs to be. Okay, let's go back here. Let's do this right here. I need another polyline. Okay. And let's get these. Wait. I put. Let's do it again. You have to remember when you do a line to like either push enter or right click. If you hit escape to escape the command because you see that the line is drawn and you just want to get out of the command, it's going to delete your line. This don't look right. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, we got this end. We have this end, and we're gonna scale that now to okay. Have to double check. Make sure. See? Wow. That's insane. I really would have thought that that was right. So let's go ahead and scale this again. And this is super important, especially for when you're dealing with 1/8 inch materials, because 1/8 of an inch is not that big. And then it's not that thick, but it's light and it's, pretty good to work with. So All right, so now we gotta do our we have our shelves, right? Let's fix this one too because this one has to be fixed as well. No, I'm not gonna delete that yet. I'm sure I have some curves in here. I probably forgot to delete. Look, where's the curve? That whole line. Forgot to delete it. Delete. Some of these I have because they need to be there for right now, but okay. Now we have to do the same thing right here. We need another polyline and we need to go from here right there. I don't know why it's being weird. Okay. All right. And then we need another one down here. No, okay. Okay. Let's do this. Now let's scale this one. So we're gonna grab it. Um, 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 um. Yeah, this one's good. We could grab it from here. Grab it from here. Bring that down. I'm gonna check this again. I might as well just do this part on that view, huh? Instead of going back to, let's see. Okay, that one hit right. But let's make sure this one is right because it's not correct down here. What is this line? Why is that? Something is off. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Okay. Let's go there and let's see what's happening. I don't know why I have two lines there. And it's hard to see on that one. Let's try do it shaded and then it'll be no, we need that wireframe, huh? Okay, that looks like the right line now. This is okay, that's right. Okay. So now that that's done, I mean these drawings are not, I guess, really super exciting, but they're really technical and they require a lot of it requires precision and it requires like spending time with the little mundane things. So right now you would think I would be able to just, Boolean difference and cut out the parts and everything will be good. But no, I have to now create the mold basically for the 0.005 inch tolerance to make sure that these pieces fit. So it might, like I showed you this earlier, and it looks like it's like not exactly gonna fit. but you need that tolerance because depending on what the material is, because if you cut it the exact same size, it's not going to fit. So one has to be a little bigger than the other one. And with wood like swells, it expands, so you have to do this. So it might not be the funnest part of doing this. Maybe I'll finish drafting. I only have a few more shelves to put in, and then the detail work begins. So, and what I'm gonna do here, hmm, I'm having I think I want to change because okay, so let me show you what I'm thinking, so it's not just like me being quiet like dead space. So we have this whole shelf, right? This is a different shelf than this shelf, but they're aligned. But if I create a tolerance, so I already stretched them out a extra 1/16 inch on either direction, right? So that it can fit in because it's shallow, it's small. But I have to also create a 0.005 inch tolerance to make sure it fits. So that's gonna, and if I have to do the same, so if I have to do the same thing over here, we're already more than halfway through this line once we add the tolerance. So what I'm thinking is just to cut a straight line and let this be one piece that you can assemble. If that is the case, then let's go to this 3D view so I can manipulate it, so I can turn it around. Okay. I'm trying to move it in Revit the same way you do in Rhino. Like, it doesn't work the same. Okay. And I have some lag, so let me not mess with it too much. So what I think I can do instead is to create where this slit goes all the way through up until okay, let me go back to Rhino. I think I could explain it better there. So if we kind of cut this out of this part right here, then you can put this shelf in before this shelf, and because it has that opening right there, it'll still go all the way through, but I think it'll make for a stronger connection because this will still cut into this back piece, as will this as well, so then it'll all be locked in place versus the other way of like versus when a shelf doesn't go all the way through. So that's how I think I'm gonna do that. So if that's the case, then I don't think I don't think I pushed that back into this line too. So let me do that real quick. Let me create this polyline to make sure that those shelves, okay, that's the midpoint. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. I want to move all of this back. Maybe I should have created a whole nother file. Right, instead of building on this, because this is my template. What I can do is a save as, and hopefully save as. There it is. Uh, I need to change the name of this. We just started calling it Barbie for short when it was our internal files, right? But if you're gonna see it, then I need to change the name for it. But anyways, this one is Le Modiste. Lemon this. Save. Should I put that? I might have to create. Those are Revit files. These are Rhino files. I'll manage that later. I am gonna go back and check. I didn't save it. Excuse me, before I did the save as, so it should be okay. Um, Le Modiste. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on it, and then I'm gonna go back and check. Okay, now let's go ahead. Well, we were gonna scale these back. So should this message that he's preaching right now, I definitely have to go back and listen to it again. Okay, and we have to check again with the right side view. This view is kind of hard to check, so let's do this. Let's move all this stuff back. Okay, all right, now I can see. Oh, one more, I gotta move back. Okay, now let's see. Let's highlight it. I don't even have to highlight it. Look, that's right where it needs to be. Okay, cool. Now, I think this needs to be moved back too, actually. It does. So let's just go ahead and scale that. I wish I could really set that vibe that I normally do when I draft, but copyright music. All right, what's going on here? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's just keep it pushing. Okay, so we have that, and I'm gonna stretch this all the way across. Right there, right there. Oh, I didn't do a halfway point, huh? Let's see if I can just snap to it. Yeah. All right. We know that it's where it needs to be because it said mid right there. I was not supposed to draw on this though. So before I mess it up, oh yeah, I already said that I already went back to the other one, right? I did a save as, so we should be okay. That's that. I think that's good. Now let's create the tolerances. So we want to I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Okay. As a matter of fact, I have to be right back. Right back, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was wiggling in my chair. I had to go. And yes, I did wash my hands with soap. That was always the question when you was a kid. I used to ask my kids that all the time too. You wash your hands? And then you got to follow up with soap. 'Cause everybody don't wash their hands. Please, people, wash your hands. It's very important. Okay, so now we are at what? We have the no, we have a few a few more parts. We could just copy and paste that actually. Okay, and we are gonna copy it from we're gonna copy it. I want to copy it from this corner. So let's see, copy. Mm, okay, it's gonna copy from here. I need to copy it from here. Um, all right, let's try it. We can always move it if it's not right. Um, okay. I know it's not exactly where it needs to be because it has to be pushed back into the wall. But for now, that doesn't even look like it's on the same plane. It must be though, because look, so it's on the same plane. This is what we could do. We can move it like this. Move, and then, hey, what happened? What happened? Okay, maybe we can't do it like that then. Just want to move it back. Like I don't want to. Okay, well we know. Let's just measure the distance. It might not do it. Let's see. Let's escape. Okay.
So, Daniel has a voice, brought us a voice changer.
Okay. Go ahead.
Daniel brought us a voice changer to use for when we stream and
Oh,
play with him.
Nice.
I want to go get it, but we need gas, and I need gas for tomorrow too, so I can go to school.
You gotta wait.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. I know what I need to do. I need to move this back to where it needs to be. And it's a little bit easier said than done. Oh, you know what? It actually is easier done than said. So we're just gonna move this back 1/16 of an inch. Enter. And then let's do it for this direction. We're gonna do negative 1/16 of an inch. Okay. And I think I'm good with that. Let's look. Well, look. Let's try this one. Let's do shift. Yeah, these are aligned. You will be able to see. Okay, so they're good. In the back as well. Perfect. All right, now kind of just relax for a minute because we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. I'm just thinking. I think that we can do this next piece right here. It will embed into this wall, right? Into the back of it, but it can also this can sit directly on top of it. Makes it a lot less complicated to just draft it and do it, right? And it'll also embed into the floor, slot into the floor. It'll fit. So then it'll bring two walls together, so it'll be good. It will work. So let's do that. Okay, so let's draw. That don't look right. We don't want to do that. Let's do this. Start from here. Let's go back here. See, it's not snapping. It'll snap if I hit this. I won't worry about it. We said this was what, 3 3/4? Yes, it's 3 3/4 and 1/8 inch. The X value is 1/8 inch. Let's do negative 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch by 3 3/4. So dash 3/4. And then we're going down with it. We're going down by you. Going down by you. That's my little movie too. Princess and the Frog. See? I don't want to go down there. I just want to go. Let's see right there, right there. Okay, and it should actually already be like locked in to where it needs to be. Oh no, where did we start this from? We started this from here. Oh, right. The 3 3/4 inches here. So, let's see. What we can do, let's go over here. That ain't it. But I'll scale it from the side because it seems like it'll be easier. Let's make sure it's still an eighth of an inch and in proper position. I think we're good. So let's go ahead and scale that again. It's so small. What is happening? Why? That don't even, that's not right. I'm gonna try this again. And this time it's gonna be right. Okay, we need this corner. We need this corner. And we're gonna scale that to this line right here. Oh, okay, let's do it down here. There. That's one thing I do like about Rhino is that you can go between views and just click what you need. I like that. All right. And then before we put the railing in there, I want to create these tolerances. Now, the last time I scaled it. I want to scale it because I need the 1/8, the 0.005 inch tolerance. It has to, it has to be on this side. So I just want to scale it 0.005 right here, 0.005 right here, 0.005 deeper into the piece, and on the other side. So up, down, right here, but that's up, down, like it has to shoot off every direction. So then I think the best way to do it would be to scale it, excuse me, from the midpoint. So let's try that. Let's try to scale it from the midpoint. What we're going to do is duplicate it first, though. So, Alt, where's my gumball? I'm frozen, it looks like. Okay, here we go. I probably got some stuff highlighted back here that shouldn't be. Yep, I do. Okay. Now I want to copy so I can hold Alt and slide this way. Supposed to, yay, it worked. Okay. Give me a little bit more space. Now we're gonna scale, and instead of scaling 1D, oh, let's just start here. It's not going to be the 1D scale. It's going to be this scale. Select objects to scale. Let's just do them one at a time because I'm not sure how this is going to come out. So there, and then the midpoint, we want the center of it. So mid, mid, mid. Okay, let's do this mid, mid, mid. Okay. I think we might be good if we go right there. So scale factor. Scale factor. Let's put 0.005. Let's see if it does it. Obviously, that wasn't correct. All right. Otherwise, I mean, there is a way that I can do it the most. It's kind of tedious, but let me see. Okay, let's do this then. All right, we're gonna go this way with it. All right there. Um, move it over as well. So the shells have to stay the same size that I already have them, but I need to make a bigger shelf that is 0.005 inches. You'll see what I'm saying in a minute. No. Oh, come on. And I'm stuck. I'm not really, I mean, yeah, it was frozen for a minute. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And so you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. For it to have the rhyme and reason, right? Let's redo that last one. Okay. Okay. So first and foremost, we're going to take these items. We're going to deselect. No, we're going to do that. And then we're going to hit Boolean difference, Boolean difference. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And then enter. Now, what that did was give me grooves that fit exactly. So once I delete that, delete, I can't tell which one to delete. Okay, did we not cut our top plate? Our top piece, you see how this cut? This is cut now. And that's exactly how that's going to fit in. And I wanted that piece to go all the way through. You notice that it doesn't go all the way through right here because it doesn't need to, because, that's going to stop right there. But I mean, wait a minute. Yeah, that's only because this goes all the way through. That doesn't need to cut right there, right? Right? Right. Exactly. It goes through there. All right, but I think I might have to cut this again. But there's two of them, so something happened. Something cut somewhere. I should see something's off with that one. I'll come back to that one. See how the difference is? See how like those slits show up on this one? So this one we have to delete. And now we're left with the correct one. Delete. Oh, I didn't cut the bottom either. Okay, well, that's not a problem. Okay, and this. Okay, I just brought something back. This one. That's the one we want to keep. This is the one we want to delete. All right. So now this is just one line, one piece, one piece, one there, one piece. This still has a lot going on. And it didn't do anything. So we're going to delete it. And then what did this do? Nothing. Okay, so let's do this piece. Okay. That's why I didn't cut, because, okay. Now it should be, there we go. Delete. Delete. Cool. Now, if I didn't have to do tolerances, I would be done with this unit and ready to go on to the next one. But things don't really fit like that. And if I leave it like that, I don't think it's gonna fit. I mean, maybe, I don't know. That's why I need to go ahead and print laser cut laser cut it so I could test it and make sure that I'm working with the right tolerances. And it looks like we have a delay on laser cutting, but I, I'm just wondering, because if this piece cut this piece out, then it's not the same size anymore. But we have to be realistic, because even if Like, again, wood like swells up from what I understand. So I have to, let's see. Let's ask, let's go and ask, does MDF board swell? Yeah, see, look, it already looks like that's the situation. Yes, MDF swells when it absorbs moisture from water, high humidity, causing its wood fibers to expand, while MD board F board is dimensionally stable. Okay, that's cool. Okay. I'm sure plexiglass doesn't swell. Let's see. Both plexiglass and foam core can swell and expand with changes in humidity. This reaction is more noticeable in foam core because of its porous paper facing. So all of these materials swell. So if I leave those cuts the way they are, the material is not going to fit. So as a result, I have to like make the cuts bigger. Well, how do you make the cuts bigger? I just have to do some little tedious work. You'll see in a minute if you stick with me. But so that cuts all the way through. So that will be able to, all of that will lock in place as long as our tolerances are sufficient. It has, let me see. See? That's good. This is going to all come together and fit together quite well. As long as we hit these tolerances, I think that I'm not going to live stream that because it might bore you. I don't know. Let me see. How can I go to Facebook and look and see if anybody is saying anything? Let me take a hot second to figure that out because I'm not a streamer. I'm like getting more into social media because of the business, but personally, I don't do a lot of social media. So I don't know these type of the answers to these kinds of questions. I don't see any questions, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. And I mean, like, you guys can let me know though. Wonder. Okay, let me just leave it be. What is this? Okay, so let's just do this. Let's do a polyline. Polyline. Mm, okay, this is going this way, and I need 0.005. Wait, which one am I drawing on? No, 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 I don't want to draw on that. I want to draw on this one. Um, Polyline. Okay, 0.005. Enter. It made a little tiny. It didn't even finish making the line yet, but it'll be a little tiny line. I need another one. right here. Okay. All right. Let me, okay. Okay. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with those corners in a minute. Start a polyline right here. We have one going out that way, one going down that way. I need one coming up too. So 0.005 inches. Okay, enter. And I don't even see that one. Matter of fact, it's probably lost in the little thing. Um, so we can go ahead and scale what we got so far.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta zoom out again. Let's just pan it and see if that will. Okay, right there. Oh, be careful there. And now we're just going to this end. All right, we did that. Now we could delete this little line. I'll delete it in a minute. Now let's scale this same. Can't see it, it's too small. Okay, so now we got our 0.005 inches going this way and going up and down. We still gotta go from the top, do it again that way. So let's grab our little line if we can find it. There it is. Mm, I have to do it again because it's too much. Okay, move. Turn, move, and there. Escape. And then where's the little line that I did earlier? You can't even see this. It's so microscopic, and it's really hard to just zoom in on that little tiny line too. So you end up in weird places. Let me look at it in another view. Maybe that might help. Let's look at it in the front view. Okay, this might make it a little easier. Curve. And then move. Let's move it from here to here. Oh yeah, see. It's gonna disappear if we do that though. It's gonna be really hard to find it again. So let's just not even worry about that. We'll grab it in just a minute. Let's go ahead and scale this dimension first. From here to here to here. Okay. And this is the one. Let's get you and delete you. Right. Am I doing it right? Right. I already went up. I already went down. Right. So I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna have to move both of these parts though. So that plus this. We have to move it so that we can use it. Okay. Let's do curve. Let's move it. Okay, now we can scale the whole thing. From here to here. All right. It's such a tiny little piece. So it's not that it's hard, it's just, it just gotta be really meticulous. And then trying to move it back in place is a whole nother issue within itself. Let me see. So now it's the size it needs to be. And it could cut through the model. Let's do this. Let's grab it by its midpoint. Because it's gonna need to sit on the midpoint. And if we did it right, then it must not have done it right. Because look, it sits right where it's lined up with this. So let me see. Well, actually, it's a little bit. That's higher. That's lower. Okay, that makes sense because I did midpoint to midpoint. Okay, so then we have to just move it down. Hey, I am. It's fine. I'm live streaming. Let's move this. On Facebook. You have Facebook? Oh, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, let me call you back. I'll call you back. Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. We'll talk about it later. All right. Bye. Hmm. All right. So now it's positioned exactly where it needs to be. And that's just how slight it is, right? It's like so tiny. So it's not that it's hard. It's just, well, I guess if I work in this in the front views rather than perspective, then that will probably help a whole lot. Okay, and since that is now in place, because the regular shelves still need to stay where they are. So instead of moving them, I think I'm just gonna let that overlay it and then just scroll in when it's time to delete stuff to make sure we're deleting the right things. And this right here, we're gonna have to do the same thing for all of that. I think that those were all the same. Yeah. Let me do this little base part first and then we'll do the others. So we'll do another polyline. And you guys, like I am learning this software, so that's kind of part of the issue too. It's just like not only figuring out how to draw it's not an issue, but it's a learning curve. But this, oh, okay. So let's go out 0.005 inches. Let's try to move a little faster now. That okay. So that do I need to go up? Nope. Probably down. And that's gonna fit what I could do. But again, these are so thin. I could create like a little flap so that that fits into this part right here. And I will do that with like a quarter of an inch material. But I think at 1/8 of an inch material is just a little bit too thin, too frail. So we're not gonna do that. What we are gonna do is finish this. So I just need that one. Let's copy it. Mm-mm. Well, either way, it's still gonna be on the surface, so I just know where it is. And that's not gonna be right there anyway, right? Yeah, it is. It will be. There you go. Let's see if it's even there. Yeah, it's there. Okay. So that way, not going that way. So maybe we need to go 0.010 this way to account for if the wood does swell and you have to have that 0.005 inch tolerance on both sides, on all sides, basically, then I think that we should probably go down a little further on this one. So these are the things that I really need to test, and I will test before I continue putting all this work in. I'll finish this one. I'll have two that are already done, and I only have like I have 10 more to go, but I really need to test this first before I just start cranking out all these documents and it's wrong. So, all right, we'll go ahead and rock with the logic of doubling the tolerance to just go down a little bit further. So 0.010. Okay, I have that side already. So then that's it. Okay, and I don't even see the line. Curve. Nope, not that curve. If only, right? Mm-hmm. That curve is gone. Bye bye. Okay, let's go ahead and scale this now. We're gonna go from here to here to where is this little thing right here? Mid, no, and then we're gonna do it again from here to what just happened? Why is this like this? This is not accurate. What happened? I don't even know how I did that. Let's scale it correctly. From here, this endpoint to that endpoint to that endpoint. Okay. 1, 2. What? Copy. That's what the problem is. Scale factor. How did I end up? We're gonna make sure it's right, that's for sure. Scale 1D. Okay, it did what it was supposed to do. Enter. Alright, now we're gonna do that again. Scale. I feel like that part on Beloved. She was like, why you don't let me have the pie no more? I just want you to work right. I just want you to do what you're supposed to do. See? And it's so small and subtle, you just really don't know what's happening. Okay. So now what happened to my little, you know what, you guys? I am gonna stop this today for right now because I think it's about that time. I think there's some things I really need to kind of work out in this model. All right, let's see. One closed extrusion. Okay, let's deselect it. Let's undo. Okay, that was the scale. Now let's see if we can find that little. There it is, the curve. All right. I'm gonna stop soon, but I'm gonna try to finish. Finish this first. Okay, that just made it wider. But there's no real reference point. makes it difficult to really determine what you really just did if it worked the way it was supposed to. Let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna say it did because I can't select the curve, and we're gonna go here and here. All right, and then okay, there's mine. I'm gonna scale this again. Hmm. I know I copied that little piece down here, or did I? Okay, well, I think we have to copy that piece again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop live streaming now. We will pick this up again another time. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging with me. Um, I'll get this resolved. We'll get this whole thing hatched. We will test it. We'll print it, test it, put it together, make sure our tolerances are sufficient, and making sure they do what they need to do. Yeah. So I'm probably am gonna keep working on it, but I'm just gonna end the live stream now. So let me go to this right here. And